pundits out there, I don't think they're smart. I think they pretend they're smart. You know, they wear the heavy glasses, and they look, and they look. I'm not talking about Perry, who happens to be a nice guy. Really. He is a nice guy. But he came after me hard, didn't he? Yeah. You know, I had dinner with him a couple of years ago. I thought he was terrific, and then he came after me very hard. And you know, I gave him a really good, I said, it's sort of easy. When somebody drops out of a race, I'm going to say good about everybody. Everybody. But I like that man, and frankly, he tried. But I'm talking about the guys that sit around the tables, and they talk about us. They talk about me. And they say, well, but most of them are now saying, we think he's going to win. You know, can you believe it? Now, we still have a few out there. The hatred is so incredible. It's so incredible. Absolute hatred. I watch some of these guys, like this guy. Should I mention names? Okay, I will. The problem is, when I mention them, they can never ever support me. That's the problem. And you know, look at all those live television feeds. It's always tough. Every time I speak, they put me on live television, so I have to make different speeches. These guys go around, they make the same speech hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. Nobody cares. It's true. It's true. It's true. You know, you got CNN Live, you got them all. And who need... No, they're 50% good. 50%. They've been pretty nice. But you know, who really, when you think about it, who has to do this? So I come out today. How many live feeds you have? Many. Look at all those cameras back there. Take a look, everybody. Now, if you like the media, give them a big hand. And if you don't, give them a big boo. I had a feeling. You know, the truth is, there's some really great people. I'm dealing usually in the world of financial. That's easier. It's like numbers. You're either good, you're not good. You know, it's sort of much easier. But I found the press to be much more honorable in the financial media. But the political media, and I found some great ones. There are some great ones. But should I mention some? No, I'm not going to do that either. Because then you're going to leave some out. But, okay. So, George Will is a disaster. This guy's a disaster. Honestly, another one, Karl Rove. No, he's terrible. He's terrible. He's terrible. He still thinks that Mitt Romney won. He's still going around saying, I think we won. This guy raised, think of this. He ought to be in Wall Street. He raises money pretty well. He raised last cycle, the last presidential election. He raised $434 million and didn't win one race. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? And I understand it because I saw some of the commercials that he made. I saw a commercial he made against Barack Obama. And I called up, I said, who did that commercial? It's one of the best commercials I've ever seen. I got to use that firm. They're phenomenal. But I didn't realize it was against Obama. It was so good for Obama. That was the one with Germany and this. Remember, do you want a rock star? Do you want a... I said, he's not a rock star. We have an incompetent president. This is not a rock star. We have a president that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So Karl Rove, every night, you know, some of these guys like George Will and Karl Rove and a few others, but those I mentioned, they're like anybody in the real estate business, right? A couple of us. I love real estate. And let me just tell you, one of the great people in sort of the, Andy Beal Bank. Stand up, Andy. Stand up. Come on, he's a shy man. He's only worth about $6 billion. He's a great guy. He's been a great friend of mine. I don't want to borrow any money from him because he expects it to be paid back in full and on time. Right, Andy? But you look at some of these guys, and they're like boilers, okay? Real estate. They're like boilers. Bill O'Reilly the other night said, and Bill O'Reilly's a good guy, great guy. He is a good guy, great guy. Although he's tough, and he's tough with me, that I can tell you. Some people say, how can you say he's a great guy, but he's fair? But I saw Karl Rove on a show the other night, and the name Trump came up, and you could see it was like a boiler ready to explode. I think the guy is a total incompetent jerk. But him, and there are others. But I would say this, anybody that gives him, Karl Rove, and others, the group of losers, anybody that gives them money, you're losers yourself. Doesn't make sense, because they don't know what they're doing. So the polls come out, and everybody's surging. But Trump, they don't want to say I'm surging. I went up to 40% today in New Hampshire. You saw that. 40%. Second is, I think, 11 or 12, right? 11 or 12. And I won't mention names, because he's actually a nice guy. I'll mention names. Why shouldn't I? Should I? Yes. Right? It's Ben Carson. He's a nice man. I think he's in second place at 11 or 12%. Now, I'm at 40, and it's actually 41, but they don't want to say that. They don't want to give me the little benefit of a couple of... You know, if I'm 40.9, they'll say I'm at 40. Do you understand that? So Ben Carson, good guy, I think he's 11 or 12, and they're saying, Carson, here's the headline, Carson surging. I said, what about me? Where's my name? I'm at 40. Where's my name? It's unbelievable. Do you know where my name is? They don't know where my name is either. By the way, can you see in the back? They have the best view. Can you see it's really my hair? Well, that's the other thing. I mean, I get killed on that. I had an article recently. It's true. They have the best view. They know. Not that bad, right? I mean, I have friends, it's over. I have many friends, the hair is over. But I had the article the other day, a great article. They said Trump is a financial genius, right? They said all good things. They said he's doing great here, but they said he wears the worst hairpiece I've ever, the writer said this, wears the worst hairpiece, and I said, that's terrible. So I can't show the article to anybody, even though it was a good article.